Good day everyone, I'm Mr. Bryan Lazaro from Noveleta Senior High School and I am here to present my paper titled Parenting Styles in Student Engagement in Light of the Pandemic, a Correlational-Predictive Study. Parenting is known as a process that involves an upbringing of a child from infancy to adulthood. It promotes supporting and raising a child physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. With that said, one can now see that having a good and well-balanced parent-children relationship may promote both parties' healthier and happier environment. One can also perceive that parenting styles may affect students' engagement in a distance learning situation as their involvement partakes a significant role in the new normal education. Due to the pandemic, parents became learning facilitators whereas educators put a prime focus on student engagement. Since going back to face-to-face classes is still on its early stages, parents are deemed to be facilitators of learning. They were expected to guide their children through the modules and learning tasks given by the teacher. Through the gathered literature, it is evident how parenting methods and styles may affect a child's learning engagement. Therefore, this study aimed to determine the correlation between parenting styles and students' engagement in the new normal setup, design a linear regression model for the two variables, and craft a learner support program. The first key literature I've used is from Hong 2012 in his paper Impacts of Parenting on Children's Schooling. According to the extensive literature of parental participation and academic performance, both parental practices and parenting style have an impact on children's academic accomplishment. Increased research will almost certainly result in a better knowledge of each parenting style, which will be critical in designing appropriate support measures for each learner. In essence, each parenting style has a unique influence on each kid. Nevertheless, there are similar behavioral characteristics that may be utilized to help areas that require attention. The second key literature is from the work of Rushdie and Christensen in 2019. They found out that parents have an in-depth relationship and understanding of their children's motives, perceptions, interests, and conduct. As a result, the collaboration of parents and educators to recognize and improve student involvement, as well as the common aim of teaching learners, is more successful than either socialization influence acting alone. The last key literature I've included is in Blondal and Abdal-Jardnar-Dottir 2014 study. The outcomes of this study reaffirm the critical role that parents play in inspiring and encouraging their children's educational goals and, as a result, supporting their children's academic performance. This is especially crucial throughout the key age of adolescence, when kids confront new problems as they progress through upper secondary school. Moving on to the methodology. This study utilized the mixed method approach of research, where it used both qualitative and quantitative methods of analysis. Specifically, it applied the correlational-predictive research design as the study aimed to describe the variables and the relationships that occur naturally between and among them, and I have also utilized the phenomenological study to gather and analyze students' experiences and the parents' upbringing styles. This study also catered 111 public senior high school students from Noveleta Municipality as participants. I computed the number of samples through the G-Power sample calculator and selected it through stratification. The data is collected through adopted questionnaires from the Student Engagement Measurement Tool from Hart et al. And Chinese Parenting Style 4-Factor Questionnaire. The data analysis methods used are mean, percentage, linear regression to measure the impact of the correlation and to see predictive patterns between the variables, Spearman-Rowe to identify the correlation, and thematic analysis for the qualitative responses. Going on to the findings, this table 1 shows the profile of the students according to Baumridd's parenting styles. The majority of the students have authoritative parents, followed by an authoritarian style of parenting. However, the least among the 4 techniques is the uninvolved style. This factual basis on the 2 leading parenting styles in the study imply that in the set of learners for this school year, most of the students have parents who are concerned with their child's learning progress as they put standards on their child's performance. Furthermore, in this table 2, the student's engagement level in the new standard setup according to the three domains of learning. And according to the results, the learner's highest academic engagement is in the affective domain, specifically liking for school. Cognitive and behavioral domains respectively then followed it. A high engagement score in the affective domain indicates that the educators successfully provide the students emotional support, giving them a sense of belongingness despite the pandemic. Furthermore, the results imply a minor variation in the scores. Also, analyzing these scores, we could say that there are still rooms for increasing the learning engagement of students, and it is still widely open. Now, in this table number 3, we can now infer that all parenting styles are significantly correlated to learners' engagement through the three domains of learning. In terms of the behavioral and cognitive domains, the highest correlation of engagement is with the learners with authoritative parents. However, authoritarian parents affects greatly the engagement of learners in terms of their affective domain, as it possesses the highest correlation among the others. Furthermore, permissive and uninvolved parenting styles are also correlated with the academic engagement of the students. The overall correlation between the parenting styles and students' academic engagement and the degree in which parenting style can predict student engagement. It was found out that parenting style could predict student engagement, and for every variation in the parenting style, the student engagement increases by 82.70%. This implies that parenting styles has a very high impact on students' engagement in this new setup of education. Based on the findings, it was formulated that there is a linear model that can be used, that is, y is equal to 0.965x plus 0.183, where y is the student's level of engagement and x is the degree of parenting styles the students is experiencing. And through qualitative questions, we have extracted the effects, the perceived effects of the impact of parenting styles among the students. Here are some positive effects. They became motivated, confident, more attentive, comfortable and supported, independent, and mindful of situation. However, there are still negative effects, where they became pressured, loss of focus or distracted, and they feel some neglection. Now, using the findings, the researcher proposes this program Pillar Plus, or Strengthening Parents, Instructors, and Learners Links on Academic Results program. This program aims to strengthen the relationship between parents, teachers, and students and increase the latter's engagement. It will primarily focus on the three learning domains: affective, behavioral, and cognitive beings. It is a 10-week program cycle that will precisely strike students' liking for learning, liking for school, extracurricular engagement, effort and persistence, and cognitive motivation. Each factor is highlighted every month. Now, from all of these findings, we can draw out these conclusions: that authoritative parenting style is the most dominant among the four characteristics, followed by the authoritarian style. The list is the uninvolved parenting styles. Students are engaged affectively, behaviorally, and cognitively, but there are rooms for increasing the construct. All parenting styles are significantly correlated to learners' engagement through the three domains of learning: affective, behavioral, and cognitive. And for every variation in the parenting style, the student engagement increases by 82.70%. And through the findings of the study, the program Pillar Plus, or Strengthening Parents, Instructors, and Learners Links on Academic Results program, is made. Here are some recommendations. The researcher recommends the use of the program Pillar Plus to all DepEd personnel, particularly to senior high school, to achieve strengthened partnerships among the stakeholders of the institution. It is also recommended for the parents to attend the Pillar Plus programs together with their child or children to be more knowledgeable about the effects of parenting in this now normal. And for the future researchers, they are encouraged to conduct further assessments on the implementation of this program, as well as they can replicate this study to identify the impact of parenting styles to students of different key stages, since this research is focused on key stage 4. Here are my references for my study, and thank you for listening. Again, I'm Mr. Bryan Louis G. Lazaro from Noveleta Senior High School. Thank you.